Hello everyone, my name is Ash and you are listening to the pilot episode of the brand new PlayStation Access podcast, the official podcast of PlayStation UK. Ooh! This is something we recorded a few weeks ago that is still in development. Ultimately, we'll have fancy artwork, musical stings, and a level of audio polish that will make your ears very happy. For now though, we'd love to get your feedback on this initial episode before we officially launch. We'd also love to hear from you on social media. Using the hashtag PodSquad, either tweet us or leave a comment on YouTube and we may read out your message in a future episode. Please rate and review us on your preferred listening platforms. We would love to hear your feedback as we gear up for our first ever podcast season. But you're going to have to listen to this pilot first, right? Here we go then. Welcome to episode 0 of the PlayStation Access podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to the brand new PlayStation Access podcast.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh my god, we did it.
We're
we finally did it.
ears.
Whoa.
Talking in your ears.
That's
or
actually
on speakers.
very
or
aggressive, Rosie. Get out of my ears.
However you're listening, our voices are here.
We're in your ears.
Oh my god.
Well, this is going well. This is going well. The intro is going very well.
Not just your eyes anymore.
Well, actually, we were in your eyes and ears. Now we've got rid of the
well,
eyes.
some people watch our content like a podcast anyway.
So
That's
why are we doing this?
I don't know, really.
Because we can.
Well, for anybody not familiar with PlayStation Access, I'm sorry to begin with.
Yes.
And for two, to begin with and for two,
For 2
we
points.
are a YouTube channel that specialises in PlayStation content. Guys, what do we do? Talk about it. Tell the people.
Well, I think you covered it there. We're actually PlayStation UK's official YouTube channel. Oh
There
my
it
god,
is.
say what?
What?
So it's fair to say that we are big fans of PlayStation, and we make a lot of videos about PlayStation games and PlayStation culture. And now we make a podcast about that too.
Yeah, so if you know us, then you know us. And if you don't, then that's what we do. My name is Ash, and I'm joined by Rob. Say
Hello.
Rob. And by Dave. Say hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
And by Rosie. Say hello, Rosie.
Hello, Rosie. I was going to say hello, Dave, and then I just backed out and said hello, Rosie.
I
I'm
really
sorry.
regret saying it. It's like the oldest joke
I
in the
don't-
book. I was like, oh, I've said it now.
I don't know why I copied you.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I'm going to move on swiftly to
Please.
get into the structure of our podcast. So, because this is brand new, I'm going to break it down for you what we're going to do. in
One
this.
time. This is the only time we're breaking it down.
One time only. Break it down now. So, yeah, that's the introduction done. We've done that. And then we're going to move on to the What's New feature, which has its own jingle that Dave sings.
Oh my god, am I doing it now?
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Give an example.
What's new? It's new stuff.
I love it with the stutter. The stutter has to stay.
It's the hesitation
New stuff.
Nervously, it's new stuff, which is basically a little breakdown of news around PlayStation and in the industry that we're going to have a chat about. Then we have a section for the main feature, which you'll hear the jingle when we get to that.
Ooh, I almost went for it.
I saw your chest rise in anticipation. I need to blast this one. So we have our main feature, which this week we're going to be talking about Elden Ring.
And every week from now on.
Yeah.
And for the rest of our lives.
Forever. Hell yeah, Elden Ring. And then we're going to talk about the comments of the week. So we have a special section for community interaction, which we want to hear from you guys. So this week, as it's the first one, I've collected some interesting topics, some
Ooh.
interesting messages from across our videos to talk about.
It's a
Blimey.
shame that you can't see us right now because Ash full on did the little witchery hands.
She changed. The whole body changed.
Her whole body,
Sort of
she was like, yes, I'm the witch with the questions.
She looked very comfortable. It was weird.
Well, that magic's coming later. I need to work on my segues. We also have Before We Go, which is the thing at the end that happens where we talk about non-gaming stuff. And then we're going to give you a rundown of what you can look forward to on Access outside of this lovely podcast. So let's begin, guys. Let's talk about,
What's new?
yeah.
It's new
That's not the
stuff.
song.
I can't remember how it goes already. What's new? It's new stuff.
There we go. And so we're into our first segment, guys. You excited?
Very much so.
Yes.
Yes.
So what's new this week is because it is the first week of March, we get all the new games for PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus.
Subscribers,
Woo!
make a noise. Woo! That's mine. Subscribe noise. I do subscribe to PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Okay.
Well,
Right, just me. No one else.
And I just wanted to linger. I was just like, you're rocking it, Dave. Keep it going.
As a subscriber of PlayStation Plus, Dave, and PlayStation Now, you'll be excited to hear then that the games lineup for PlayStation Plus, which we're going to do first, is Ghost Runner on PS5.
I am really excited about that, actually. It looks
Yeah.
very, very cool, and I've heard some good things.
Yeah, it's like the cyberpunk dystopian climb a tower and kill everyone along the way. Classic.
Yeah, I heard
Classic.
like sort of cyberpunk aesthetic meets Hotline Miami.
Yeah, definitely. Rosie, I think you're. I just turned away from the mic completely. Rosie, I think you'll really like this one because it's very. I don't know. I feel like it requires
Challenging?
skill.
Skill.
Yeah, and Rosie
Yeah.
is the skill of the team. So.
Oh, don't say that. Now I'm embarrassed.
She's like, oh, I am.
But no, I am super. I remember when it first came out. No, I was going to say, but I am super excited for Ghost Runner. I was going to say, but no, I am super excited for Ghost Runner. I remember first seeing it when it came out, and I was like, oh my God, this looks so great. So I'm excited to hop into it, and plus hop because you're jumping around as well.
Yeah.
I'll take you on, Rosie. I'll challenge you to Ghost Runner.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Well, if
Rosie's
you,
like
yeah,
me.
I'm up for this. Let's
I
go.
was good at Hotline Miami,
Yeah.
so I'm challenging you.
Okay.
I don't know
I've
how
played
this
some
works.
Hotline Miami.
Oh, really? Oh, you
yeah.
played some? I've played all of it twice.
I got quite far.
Okay.
And then it was past my bedtime. And then something else came up.
It went
was like-
past 8:30 p.m. So I had to put it down and go
It's a
to
great
bed.
game to play past your bedtime, though. You know, the lights flashing, the music blaring. I was like, whoa, I'm
Yeah,
having the
there's
best
sort
time.
of weird psychotic moments.
I'm in the club. So we have Ghost Runner. We also have Ark Survival Evolved, which is like big riding dinosaurs, combat, figure out how to live game. We play the Plus game every month where we kind of describe games. And I've only been allowed to do it once because I was bad, and I called Final Fantasy VII the cat game.
The cat game. You know, the cat game. The game with all the cats in it.
I think somebody got it though.
Yeah.
I can't remember
yeah,
who it was.
Rob got it.
Rob got it.
Rob got it because it's
No,
Final
I
Fantasy
didn't.
VII.
It was me, I
No,
think.
I didn't.
Not from that description.
I thought you got it from the cat game. Maybe
I don't
Rosie
think
did.
so.
I think it was me because I can't remember. You said something else, and I thought you were referring to Wedge and all the cats, and I was like, "Are you seriously referring to that one small
They seriously have
segment?"
to get you playing Final Fantasy IX, Ash. That is the
Yeah.
cat game.
Okay, well, as long as it's got cats in it, I'm happy. Every cat is the cat game to me is the thing. If there's a cat in it, it's the cat game.
Got nothing.
Nervous laugh. Well, that is not Ark Survival Evolved, but Ark Survival
No.
Evolved is on there. We've also got Team Sonic Racing. Rosie.
Like a friend in need.
I will not be playing Rosie
With
at
a
this game.
helping
That's
hand.
Do you remember
fine.
when we played that on the stream, Rosie?
Yes.
I think it was you, me, and Elle. And that's the one where you all race as a team, right?
Yeah.
So even if you're fifth, if someone else on your team has come
Oh
first,
yeah.
You still have the
then
potential.
you still can win.
Mm.
So it's great being on Rosie's team because I could be last and still win.
That's teamwork, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's teamwork.
That's
Rosie
teamwork.
carries.
Yeah.
And we're there.
Rosie Carrick. I don't know. Just sort of spitballing. I regret it
Dave,
again.
Dave, her surname's Caddick.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Rosie.
To be
Caddick.
fair, I have seen it before where people put Carrick for some reason. I don't know if on a keyboard a D is close to an R, but I have had it before that I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a D, not an R. I don't know how I say it either. I think I'm pretty good, like, you know, Caddick, like,
Yeah, definitely a
doesn't
D.
sound like an R.
Well, if you know, please
gonna
do
say
write in
this.
and let us know.
To save us from this tangent, because we also have a bonus game this month, which is Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Yes. I mean, what a month! Fantastic to get Legends as a bonus. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's legendary, some might say.
I know.
Many
yeah.
do.
It seems mad to me that just the games that have come out recently that, you know, Ghost of Tsushima we've come so far from there that there's been several other amazing open world games have come out since Ghost of Tsushima. The remaster last year. It's madness.
Yes, but Legends, the co-op combat full of monsters and myth.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, myth.
Ooh, take me back there. No, I'm excited for that to be a little bonus treat. Like, I think that's a really lovely one to have. But we also have PlayStation Now games out this month, and coming day and date to the platform is Shadow Warrior 3.
I think this is like the first time this has happened, right? A game sort of releasing straight onto Now.
Well, I think it's a good one to do it.
Yeah,
It looks
definitely.
really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I haven't played either of the previous games, and I have no idea how they've passed me by. But I'm definitely going to be playing 3 when it comes straight to Now.
There's one where you attack a cute little bunny and it turns into a monster. I remember putting it in a Friday feature once.
The monster
like
bunny.
enemies that you can't judge. You shouldn't judge them
what, as in,
by the
like-
way they look. It's like a tiny little rabbit, and you attack it, and it's like it turns into like a huge demon thing.
But what I
and
want to know, are
savages
you supposed to attack it, or were you just like,
Were you punished?
were you killing animals again?
No.
Yeah, I believe you.
No.
No, definitely not.
I like how just no was the answer to not a yes or no question. Two different questions. Just like no,
Nope.
No.
We also have Crisis Remastered. So if you are back to the Crisis lands
Yeah.
with Remastered, my sentence didn't make sense, but head back to the Crisis lands.
I remember so distinctly the first Crisis game coming out, and just again, it was the time of magazines just pouring over like screenshots, just
Yeah.
like, I can't believe computers can do that now. And now it's remastered.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I'm talking about time. Isn't time mad? It just keeps on marching forward, and I go with it.
That's Rob's favourite topic.
I know. You can feel him bristling.
Where's the time gone? I'm just death eyes right now. Just at me. Dave started it.
It was just a throwaway comment, and ever since then, you've not let it go.
It
You
was
should
the
know
same with
better.
Venom. That's why it was like I hate people.
Do you know what I hate?
No, we all just saying it. They just turned, like, literally just stopped the conversation. It was like, you know what I hate.
Is that really how it went?
Let me just get my list out.
It was either that when we were filming a Tuesday checklist and you just said it and we thought, oh no, we say that all the time at work. Oh no.
Rob's just glowering at everyone from the corner. So I'm going to say we also have Relicta on PlayStation now.
I don't know. Oh, you were showing me Relicta.
Yeah, I said this was your sort of title. I
Yeah.
think it's like a sci-fi puzzler
Yeah.
where you go through the abandoned Chandra station trying to figure out kind of what happened there. Your daughter's in trouble. You can use physics, so you can like use gravity and magnetism to kind of pull yourself through. It looks very cool. Looks a nice little indie game.
I think you said like sci-fi mystery physics-based puzzles, and
Yeah.
I was just like, yep,
All the
that's the
words I
one.
like.
Just sign me up, please. Yeah, definitely. That sounds great.
And then Rosie's one, just absolutely, just from name alone, Chicken Police, paint it red.
I'm very, literally, when this was announced, Dave just turned around and said, Rosie, I
There's
think
a
you'll
Rosie
love this
game. There's a Rosie game.
To be honest, Rosie, I'm really up for it as well because A, I like chickens, and B, I like detective games. So, and I know you do too.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying I'm with you. I'm
yeah,
like, this
we should
looks
play
great.
it together.
Absolutely.
We're
We
gonna have to
can.
remake the top 10 chicken. The top 10 chickens on PlayStation. That's
Yeah.
really hard to say. We'll have to remake that video now.
I
Well,
was
only if
actually
they
just-
make it into the top 10.
I was
you
just
know.
about to say, April 1st is coming up. Top 10 chickens was an April Fool's thing. Am I hearing another top 20 chickens?
I think I was the top 10 fool for editing it.
You can't reveal what the April Fool's joke is going to be before
No.
April Fool's. We've got to try and do something that actually fools people this year.
But the
Have we,
chicken
though?
wasn't a fool. It was
No,
just a good video.
it was just a good video. Have we got to try and fool people? I hate April Fools. I think
That's because you're a fool. You're an April fool. That's
that would
why.
I just call it April the 1st, but I hate it. I don't like it. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Trying to fool everyone. Do you think? Am I on my own here?
I
You
don't
will
know,
love
I
it.
enjoy it. Little spider in the cup. That's what.
Oh my god, that's every day, Ash. It's every day around you is a spider in the cup.
A little plastic spider. I feel like I should just
Yes, God.
emphasise, not
Yes.
a real one.
It's Halloween all over again.
I would be a psychopath.
Well, they
if I
haven't
was
gone.
doing
It's
real
been
ones.
Halloween ever since Halloween, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
In the office.
They haven't been
Yeah.
moved. There's one in the cupboard where we go. The cupboard is the kitchen. There's one in the cupboard.
The kitchen cupboard, i.e., the kitchen.
i.e. the cupboard.
It's just got a spider in there that every time you go for a mug, it's just looking at you and it's horrible. And I didn't even put that one there.
That's a good one.
but it lives there.
It almost always gets me as well.
Yeah, it had got me. When we came back for Christmas, I went when I was in there. Like,
Yeah.
That was my scared
It's
noise.
where it would be. It's perfectly placed.
Yeah. For our next bit of the What's New section.
It's new stuff.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were like powering me off, but that's actually just part of
That's
the
part of the jingle,
sting,
yeah.
isn't it? I also have picked up just a nice bit of news outside of PlayStation. Which
Well, then we don't care.
I just...
Rob's face.
Outside PlayStation.
It's about PlayStation games.
Okay.
I just mean outside of the Natman Plus lineup. So that just came out of nowhere. I was going to say, Rob, you'll like this one, but obviously not, so I'll direct it at Rosie instead. This is from a French interview. The Batman is coming out with Robert Pattinson.
I saw this.
It's funny, isn't it? This is with Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, and they're just chatting about the Batman, chatting about their childhood, just chatting, as you do in an interview. Just chatting. Living wild and free. And somehow they get on to Final Fantasy VII, and Robert Pattinson is a massive fan of Final Fantasy VII.
Really?
It was like they were talking about their crushes or something, or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
He was talking about
I really
how,
like Robert Pattinson.
even more now.
I think he's great.
But they were talking about how they, how he was in love with both Aerith and Tifa, because Aerith was like the wonderful girl who heals the world, and Tifa had a very short skirt. And he was like, I don't know.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He was like, so you have like the lovely healer, and then you've also got, sexy short skirt.
I feel like
Conundrum.
in an alternate universe, Robert Pattinson could have been on PlayStation Access, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. You can't.
Whenever I see him in interviews, he's just really sort of funny and down to earth.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice man.
He
He's
would have been
welcome.
whisked away so quickly. Imagine him sat between you and me right now.
Yeah.
Hello. And then Robert, hi.
Come on. Have I told you? I have told you my Robert Pattinson story, haven't I?
You have, but let's have it again. It's podcast
Here on the
time, baby.
podcast.
I don't think we've had it on
I
Access.
don't think I've heard it.
Well, have you not? I think you have. I used to work for a TV company called Wedding TV in London, and our offices were right opposite BBC Radio 1's office. And so fairly regularly I would see celebrities walking around the immediate area, going in for their interviews. I'd often see Chris Moyles on his little break, just like hanging around outside. And this was at the kind of time when Twilight fever was everywhere. Like everyone loved Twilight.
That sounds like a horrible
and-
sickness.
Robert
Elden Ring.
Pattinson had been having an interview on BBC Radio 1. And I was just coming out of the office for my lunch break, and I happened to come out at exactly the same time that Robert Pattinson came out of the BBC Radio 1 office opposite the road, and there were probably about 100 girls waiting for him to come out.
Your
So-
eyebrows went up
Oh
so
God,
hard.
I can see where this is going.
As soon
I
as-
know where this is going.
The moment I walked out of the office, about 100 girls started screaming, "Robert! Robert!" And I was just like, oh. My time has come. And then no, it's Robert Pattinson, isn't it? Not Robert Pearson that they're screaming for.
Hey, two Robbie P's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have
So-
any like awkward eye contacts with any of the girls who were
No,
screaming?
because they were.
They weren't
opposite.
looking at Rob. They didn't think he was Robert Pattinson, to be clear. They were looking over there at Robert Pattinson, going, Robert! Rob had his eyes shut, pretending they were looking at him. Yeah.
I love it if like one of the
It
girls
was-
turned around and just seen Rob like eyes shut like, yes. Just one girl saw that.
I don't think they would. To be fair, if Robert Pattinson was across the road, I would see nothing. I would be blinded. I'd be a horse with blinkers on. Like, that would be it. So I don't think anybody saw.
Was that a Twilight joke? Is that...
No.
Oh, I didn't know if you were saying because, like, in the film, don't the vampires go all twinkly in sunlight?
Yes.
So I thought you were making a joke about that, but it's fine. Let's move on.
Rosie, I don't understand how a horse with blinkers and the sparkly
I
vampires
thought
line.
you said that you just wouldn't see him because he'd be
I think Rosie's saying he's so shiny. He's so
Yeah.
the sun hits him, and he's like a glare of white light blinds you.
just a bunch of sparkles.
But also, he's not actually a vampire. Unless he is.
No, I feel like if anybody actually is, it's Robert Pattinson.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you
Just-
know,
just
so
get
I'm
that vibe.
going to
Did
leave
you
him well
know-
alone.
Did you know that Robert Pattinson is older now than Christian Bale was when they made The Dark Knight?
really?
I just found that quite an interesting fact because I always think of Robert Pattinson as
That
being
is
like
interesting.
an incredibly, young.
You
I mean,
know
he
what?
is young. He's like 35,
But
but
know
like
what's happened here?
What?
Time's passed, haven't they?
I was waiting for the moment to be
time.
like, funny how time works.
It's not a funny how time passes joke. You just wouldn't think it. You just wouldn't think, would you?
wouldn't think
that
it's
Robert
4 o'clock, would you? It feels like 3.
Rob, you can't stand up.
Sick of this. It's not the same thing.
Right. calmness. On a podcast, everyone. You have to speak
Yeah.
up. I'm wearing a towel. So next, that's a Simpsons reference. I'm not wearing a towel. I'm wearing clothes.
I can confirm nor deny.
Our next segment, the main thing that we're here for is, Dave.
Main feature. It's the new main stuff. Oh, I don't know why I did the second bit. It went fine, I thought. Main feature was really strong.
Yeah.
And then this is all part of it.
It was almost aggressive.
Yeah.
Main feature.
Well, I don't know what this week's main feature is, so I had nothing to add, really.
I literally said it at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's Elden Ring, isn't it? Oh, God.
Okay, do the song again.
Main feature. It's the main feature about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
That was
melodic.
great.
Melodic, thank you.
Right, so, let's talk about Elden Ring then. Okay, yeah, I do have questions, don't worry. The way all of you looked at me like, please, what do we do? So Elden Ring, I basically thought this would be a nice space to talk about our personal opinions on first starting the game, going through how we feel about it now. It's just a little gush moment in it.
Should we like try and agree now to talk very, we'll be very circumspect in our comments, because I think that Elden Ring really, like, I don't know, more than many other games. Like, I'm just so, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear about anything.
Same, yeah.
I just want to discover it for myself. And I think that is like actually a really huge positive like note about Elden Ring. It feels so much like I'm on my own adventure and discovering stuff, exploring stuff, like actually me doing it. And I feel so much like I'm discovering stuff for the first time. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
Well, it was like when we streamed Elden Ring recently. It was Rob, Ash, and myself. And Ash, you were leading, and you were just exploring, and you took us to an area that none of us had explored yet. And it was so brilliant how I've put over 20 hours into it, and I just didn't go into that half yet because I was like, no, I want to explore this stuff.
Yeah.
But like when there was just something really cool that happened, and all three of us were like, oh my god, and we were supposed to wrap up, but because it was so cool, we all just went, no,
Where there's the big boy with the huge bow and arrow.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Just that first arrow, like the warning shot. I don't know if it was meant to hit us, if he just missed, or if it was a warning shot.
I think it was meant to hit us.
Yeah.
But it was so cool.
That was his goal, was to hit us with the bow and arrow.
What class is everybody playing as?
Rich.
Of course you are. Warrior.
Yeah.
Did you look at the others, or did you just sort of crack on?
I looked at the others, yeah, but I just... To be honest, I find all the stats at the beginning overwhelming.
I
trying to
think
make a decision about it. Well, how do I want to play it? Well, I don't know. And I just went for the one that I thought looked the coolest. I like the idea of dual-wielding swords,
Yeah.
despite the fact that I almost always play with a sword and shield, like a coward.
No, not cowardly at all. I'm a vagabond, because
Vagabond.
What's Vagabond's thing?
saying vagabond because I did call it a vagabond for the longest time because
This is the most rosy thing. Amazing.
my mouth.
Vagabonding about.
You have the audacity to complain about people calling you Rosie Carrick. I can't believe it.
But it's not calling it. They type it. They type it.
Well, that's the same. How would you write vagabond?
Vagabond.
Okay.
But
well,
for some reason,
fair
I
enough.
pronounce it Bound for some reason. But I've stopped now. It's a vagabond.
Vagabond.
Vagabond. It's a vagabond. It's a vagabond. Well, there you go. There goes my streak of. But yes, I'm a vagabond, and I chose that class because it was. When I played Bloodborne, I think that one's just that kind of class is very different from the other From Softwares. And then when I jumped into Dark Souls Remastered and then Demon Souls on PS5, both of those I went for kind of more of a knight class. So the Vagabond was just screaming, big old knight. And then I don't use magic that much. I use magic, to heal when I can and for a couple of spells if it helps distract or get rid of that smidgen bit of health left. So I'm the Vagabond. I'm a big knight. And I'm going to learn magic as I go, but mainly I prioritize my health, my stamina, and my strength and dexterity.
I haven't even worked out how to use magic yet. I've learnt 2 spells, and I got a staff. But
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't work.
That's good. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between sorceries and incantations.
Yeah,
Right.
incantations
Yeah.
are for like healing and stuff, and you need a
You
different
need
item
different
for that.
items. I mean, I don't know what you've got. Maybe you've got the right stuff.
I've got a healing spell and I've got a little flame spell. It's the first 2 basic spells you can learn from that person in the round table hold, basically.
Ooh, yeah.
You also need to have your stats at certain levels, so it might be that your faith.
No, I make sure that I had the faith.
No,
I had the
no.
faith. I think I might just be, I've got a staff, and that's probably for sorcery, and I need whatever I need for incantations, because I think both the things I got are incantations.
Oh
Yeah,
you
that-
need a special seal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
don't have that.
I've started the game as a confessor just because I liked their cloak, and I had like it looked like a protractor but magic.
Right, a magic protractor. Okay.
It does look like a magic protractor. I see what you mean. I saw it like as a pair of key rings at first when I was playing. I was like, oh, it's a pair of key rings, but no, magic protractor works.
I'm playing as a samurai, everyone. I know that you're all dying to know because you've completely
gonna-
overlooked me. I don't really know why I went with samurai, but apart from them being super cool and having a good sword. I thought dexterity sounded good. I was like, yeah, I want to be dexterous, so
Yeah.
I'm a very dexterous character. But something we haven't really talked about, which I love about my samurai, is the starting sword. The skill is unsheath. Has anyone got this skill on any
No.
of their weapons?
No.
Oh, and it's just so cool. I mean, it's just a samurai skill. So you hold L2 and he puts his sword into his sheath, and then you press R1 or R2 and he unsheaths it and does like mega damage on an enemy.
That's
And
cool.
it's like, but then you can just put it away again if you want. It's very cool. I really like skills. The armament skills, I think, is like a really interesting.
Like the Ashes of War and
The Ashes of War stuff. Like, I think that's such a cool idea that you can completely kind of change how the weapons play.
Yeah.
Although, as
I
with
don't
many
understand
things,
the Ashes of War either.
well, it's basically just
can't
changes.
figure it out.
It just changes the skill. So each weapon has a skill. So like a shield, most of them have parry as their
Yeah.
skill. I've got a crossbow which has got kick as its skill. So it's like an extra thing. And kick. So
I
you
don't
do
know
a
how
kick,
to use them, because I swear I put a new Ash of War on my sword,
right.
and it doesn't let me use it. I've still got like the old one, spinning slash.
Well, it depends as well on what sort of equipment you're holding at the time. So, for example, I've got an Ashes of War on my sword, and then I've got a parry on my shield.
Yeah.
But I can't do the one on my sword unless I unequip my shield, and then I can use my Ash of War on.
Or do it double-handed, two-handed.
Yeah.
You can do that as well.
I tell you what, you're all overlooking is that the Wretch has a club, and it's a very nice club. It's literally described as a very nice club.
Is it?
And it's great. You just bash people's heads in.
What's
and
that?
You have,
Does that have a skill?
Yeah, you have barbaric roar, where you just scream at someone. You're naked, you're in your pants, you got your massive club, and you just go, ah, and then jump at them and wail on them with your big club. And
That would be
I love
terrifying.
the Wretch. I love the Wretch so much.
That would be terrifying. I once remember reading a news story about someone burgling a house and the owner just being completely naked and just running after them, basically doing a barbaric roar.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be so much scarier to be if you were burgling a house, to be accosted by a naked person?
I
than
think so.
I'd be like, oh God, they just don't care. They're naked. They could do They are capable of anything
I
right
agree,
now.
Dave. And I've often thought what would be my tactic if I was burgled.
Okay.
Very
I thought you were
carefully
gonna say if you were the
de-robe.
burglar.
And I think it would be exactly that. You'd stand at the top of the stairs,
Oh God,
just like
just the underview.
silent, looking down at them.
Pajamas off.
With naked, yeah. Well,
I would.
you think,
I would
if someone's burgling my house and they just look up the stairs, I'm not moved, just silent, like
I wanna
something from
know-
a horror film.
I want to
Have
know.
you seen Hereditary, where they go up in the basement? It's just like naked people standing there. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
It is horrible, but like if you didn't move and were just at the top of the stairs, I would just burgle the life out your house, man. I'd just be
That's a
like,
good
right,
point.
that,
Well, but
that
then
man's
you-
just standing there.
What if you then start a
Slowly moving down,
down?
not saying a word. No barbaric roar. It just.
I hope
I
Santa
mean, if
Claus
I was-
never goes near your stairs.
If I was burgling a house and I saw that, I would be out of there.
I just need to know: are your hands by your sides or on your hips?
I've not thought about that. I think by my side.
Yeah.
One on
Yeah.
hip, one on hip.
Yeah.
I think a better tactic, right, would be to burgle a house naked.
What?
That
Why?
would you'd leave a lot of
What if there were dogs in there?
dogs? Why
That's a good
dogs
point.
specifically? Why is that a good point? Why are dogs specifically like
Well,
worrisome around naked
Well,
people?
no, if a dog's
A dog attacks you if you
Territorial.
burgle the house.
Right.
Clothes offer a bit of protection, don't they?
What are you wearing?
Jeans.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, if I'm burgling a house, I'm going to do a bit of research. Is there a dog? That's just me. Surely people aren't just walking home one night and go,
This
"Should I do
is
a
turned
burglary?"
into
God, I
the
might do-
burgle advice segment.
Speaking of advice,
The
has
pitfalls.
has anybody
to
got
look out
any?
for.
Has anybody got any good Elden Ring tips?
Oh, you know what I do? Because there's a little section here that I've written called Elden Ring Tips, talk about Dave's video. So I know what you do.
Yeah.
And I stole from Alex, our community coordinator, his collection of tips that are pinned on the video that the community have
How long has he played it for? Let me guess.
Alex has
50
platinumed it.
hours.
Like-
yeah,
for God's
he
sake.
like all weekend he was just playing it non-stop.
Oh, I respect the energy. But the collection of tips, I'll read them out and you guys can give your thoughts on them and how you
Okay.
feel. So from Kevin Coughlin, I think, excuse me if I've mispronounced that, Kevin Coughlin. The only thing I think I'd add, if this is like previous Souls games, you can't really pause the game. If you go into the in-game menu, make sure there aren't any enemies around.
Yes.
Yeah, very true.
1 million times.
I learned
yes.
that lesson in Bloodborne
Yeah.
to my cost.
You gotta go to the either the PS4 or the PS5 home screen.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Is that your trick?
Even
That's
then,
the-
I'm not
I don't
100%
do that.
sure.
I just can't. I'm like, if I'm in a fight, I'm in the fight. And I've got the situation where my boyfriend, he knows this. So if he wants to try and ask me a question, he just goes, just pause the game. And I'm like, I can't pause the game. You know I can't pause the
You think
game.
he'd know? You think he'd know?
He knows. He
wouldn't
does
you?
it just to wind me up. So while I'm there
Right.
fighting, I'm like, I can't pause the game.
I had to answer the front door the other day mid boss fight. I was furious.
I just would
Who
let
was
it
it?
ring. Let it ring.
It was
Leave
my
them there.
girlfriend.
Oh.
I was just like, oh,
Maybe
God's
not
sake.
then.
I know.
You know I can't pause.
I was like, I sort of like just like as quickly as possible, just like flung the door open and then ran back in and watched my character just die.
You should
Little
probably give us
goblin mode.
some keys, Dave.
Oh, Rob,
You
she's
keep-
got keys. Let me tell you, she's got keys. That's why I was annoyed.
I do like they both live in the same house and you have to open the door. She's like, open the door for me, please.
Use the key, please.
I'm in a boss fight and I can't pause.
You're scuttling around the house, opening doors, goblin mode. We've also got from JFG 1787, something I haven't really seen anyone do in any videos. If you use L1 and L2 during mounted combat, you'll attack enemies on your left side. It is quite helpful.
I learnt that the other day, and it did change horse combat for me.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh, so many fights. I've tried to strategically be like,
Yeah.
swiping on the right. I've been running around them trying to get them from the. That's brilliant.
It takes us a very small moment if you've just hit on the right to go over. It's not like very quick. Well, not for my character anyway. So it's not just like you can be like yeah. It's sort of like there is a moment of shifting. So I still think it's good to kind of try and prioritize one side, but. Like, if when you come across these like battles out in the field, which I just love, and you can just like ride through the middle of them and you can just hit people on the right, hit people on the left. It's very cool.
I'm so bad at the horse combat.
You'll get better.
You could set one of my horse combat fights to the Benny Hill theme, and it would go on and on and on. Me and another enemy. I like to fight the ones who are also on horseback, but we just run round and round each other, missing for ages.
I have the situation like when you're playing the game and the camera's just spinning around and around, but you're focused, so you know what's happening. But anyone who's watching it is
Right.
just like, what are you doing? Like the camera's just circling around this one enemy as I'm trying to get them. To me, it's fine, but to everyone else watching, it's like, oh, stop spinning.
Like locking onto the dragonflies when you're like,
Oh, I hate the dragonflies. I hate them.
Yeah, they are
And
nasty.
the wasps. So many bugs. Why there's so many bugs in it?
well, they're there to smite, Rob. The joy of smiting. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
A dragonfly, so beautiful, so wholesome in real life. In Elden Ring, give me its head.
I don't even know what I can do with its head yet, but I've got loads,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
will
I got
keep
loads.
collecting them. Let me tell you.
Mick DC also has some advice. When playing as a sorcerer or other magic user, this is quite a long one, assign the cerulean flask to one of the pouch D-pad buttons by pressing options, then pressing triangle on one of the top 4 pouch buttons on the right of the screen, and leave the crimson flask on the items button
That is
square.
clever.
This lets you press square to heal and triangle plus D-pad direction of your choosing to replenish FP while in battle.
That is good.
It saves fiddling around, tapping the D-pad down to switch between them. Great to have quick access to both at once.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could put your flasks into your pouch.
Yeah.
That's very clever. The amount of as soon as you get past 3 items on the down on the D-pad, you're like, oh, I've gone past it. It's horrible.
Having heal up there is great. I've got my horse up there as well. So like, what?
No, it's I agree.
Triangle and up for torrent. Triangle and left for healing. Triangle and down for telescope. I love a bit of the telescope.
I haven't used a
Priorities.
telescope.
What about triangle and right? Nothing yet?
Triangle and right is for my what's it called? The finger. For the multiplayer finger.
Oh,
The yellow
If I
finger.
want to put
sorry, we're talking about Elden Ring.
Yeah. If I want to put my finger down
Oh, for God's sake.
so other people can summon me.
Oh my God, I need to ask, has anybody found this item that I found? Is this okay to say I found an item? Does that feel like a spoiler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it?
No. You can say where you found an item.
Okay, I found an item.
Yeah.
Right, Rosie, have you found it? It's freaky. Don't know what it is.
Well, you need to tell us what it is.
I'm going to tell you now. It's it looks like a little.
What is it?
It looks like a little clay face, right? It's like a
Oh,
little.
the hello.
The hello.
Yeah, that's a Dark Souls thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
So in Dark Souls, you had like these little stones, and when you threw them, then like you just hear a voice go hello.
Right.
And then if you had different ones, like they say thank you, there was sorry, and it was like I'm sorry.
Right.
But you throw them in Elden Ring, they're more like demonic and quiet, aren't
Well,
they?
it's like something you blow through. It's like a little clay face. You blow through it, and it goes hello.
Yeah, it's like a little
Horrible. It freaks me out, and I've been saying hello to everyone in
Yeah.
case they're the one where they like, as in like bosses. I'm like try and get a quick hello in case they just put down
Every
their
time I
arms.
play multiplayer,
I
I
put
did
down the rubs like, oh, hello.
yeah. Finally, someone asked me hello. That's not a question, but
I
you
did
know
a
what I
thing
mean.
with my friend when we played Dark Souls. He wanted some help, so I came to his world, and I just always hid behind a wall through the little stone, and then he just heard this hello, and he was like, "What's that? Is there an enemy coming? I don't understand." And I was like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "See, it's okay. He's apologizing to you now. You should look for him." And like, for a good hour, I was doing this, and it was the best hour I've had in Dark Souls.
Oh my goodness. There's a tip from Rosie for Dark.
Yeah,
Mess with your
definitely.
friends who don't know about the hellos and the clay faces and everything.
We have a couple more tips, which I'm just going to blast through so we can move on to our next section. So the last two, we've got J Notion, which says jumping before a strike causes more damage to be dealt. This is even more so in Torrent and when power stancing or two-handing your weapons. Jumping is a new mechanic in the Soul series, so remember it's there as it'll make some situations much easier and probably save your life. Enjoy the lines between tarnished ones. And then the game guy finishes with, tip, engage in a bit of jolly cooperation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friends.
You will need a friend for that. Well, actually, you don't need a friend. That's a good thing. You can just sort of summon random
Yeah.
people, and you can, and that is one of the great things about the Souls games. I think is their approach to cooperation, whereby it's quite weird. It's a bit scary, but because you can't speak, there's no in-game chat. Like as in no voice chat. It's all just done with like gestures and bowing and all that kind of stuff. I think it makes everyone nicer
The
and polite
universal
and good. I
language.
think there's a good sort of feel about it. It's cool.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But that kind of like segues us nicely into comments of the week. So we've had some comments from our lovely subscribers and viewers, watchers, audience members. Makes them sound like peeping toms. So now we're going to move on to comments of the week, where we celebrate some other stuff, maybe not as specifically to Elden Ring. So Dave, take it away.
Well,
We've got to do it. We've got to do the harmony.
we
all
actually
four
we
of
have
us.
we have a jingle for this from the past.
Oh.
From Access Granted. Yeah, but it requires everybody.
So
Okay.
Dave and I will teach it to you
Okay.
now,
Okay.
and then you can both do it. So Dave, we do all 4 parts.
Okay. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for comments of the week.
Okay.
But you guys.
So everyone's
that's
got to
it.
come in.
Yeah.
Okay, who goes where?
I'll go lowest.
So
Well,
Dave's coming in first, then me, then
I'll
Ash,
start
then
low.
Rosie.
How
Oh, I've got to
low?
go the highest.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time
for comments of the
week.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. That was
Ash
sorry.
went so high. I was like, I've got to go higher than Ash. I was like, "Sorry."
I got lost.
Just
My
a little
voice got
higher.
lost.
Again.
I was trying to
Again.
find the key. I was like, ugh.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
time for comments of the week.
Okay.
I think we actually did like a 7th chord then. That was quite cool.
It went really high again, Ash. I was like,
I'm a lady.
Ash knows going second from last is
Why
her
don't-
greatest power.
Why don't
She's
you
like,
both go first? Rosie, you go first, and then me and Dave will go.
oh my
high.
God.
okay, I'm better at deeper voices.
I can do high.
Is this the entire section?
Yes.
It's ta-
Oh, wait.
We weren't ready, Rosie.
Which way round are we going? Is it
Rosie, Ash,
Oh, God.
me, you.
Oh, God. All right.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm giggling now. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. Comments of the week.
You go so high. Why?
She doesn't. She goes so high.
My greatest power.
She's got the superpower.
Right, it is time for the comments of the week. Now, everyone, calm down. So, first of all, I just said, oh, maybe apart from Elden Ring. And the first one I wrote was from Elden Ring.
Wait, Ash, we've got to say, in comments of the week, this is going to be a regular feature, we think, in our podcast.
Okay, I was going to finish up with it, but you can begin.
Okay, I'm just saying, well, obviously this time, this is the first podcast, so we haven't had a chance to do this. But in future, we will look for your comments. If you are a podcast listener and also a video watcher, you should leave a comment with the hashtag PodSquad.
Pod
Squad.
So that we know that you'd like to be considered for this section.
Considered.
Yeah, we will read them.
Most of them we will ignore.
We will read them, and we will read out the best ones. But yes, Pod Squad.
Hashtag Pod Squad in the comments and on Twitter.
And on Twitter.
But yeah, please.
Please.
Otherwise, this section doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We have one comment from Ashley Millman.
So I've robbed them from our videos for this section, and our first one is from the Wretch playing Elden Ring from Maureen83, and we were asking for what our little Wretch crew should be called, and Maureen83 says, "Hello, I'm part of the VOD squad," which is our other squad, which is the
we've got
video on
several
demand
squads.
squad.
Yeah.
Saying, "I think your team should be called the Retching Crew."
Ooh, okay. Retching. Like, as in...
Like the Wrecking Crew.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Jesus.
Well, what about this, right? What about this? It doesn't really work, but it could. We could call the series The Retching Hour.
Ooh.
But you'd only be able to play for an hour each time, so that is slightly...
The retching 90 minutes.
Yeah. Retching hour and a half.
It just gets worse and worse as it goes on, which I like.
The Retching Crew. Oh, I like the Retching Crew a lot more than I did it immediately. That's very
now
good.
you understand
Yeah,
it.
that is good, yeah.
We've also had a comment. I've just kind of collected these from the most recent comments rather than the most recent videos. So there's been a comment from Sol on Christmas Maze episode 5.
Okay.
It's a little
Oh, come on.
What one? It was episode 5. What one was that?
You know?
It was the bean one, I think, because
Oh, the Fall Guys one.
Oh, God.
because the comment was underappreciated moment of the video 2153 timestamp was where you can just hear Rosie shouting, "I don't like the dog food."
I can't remember how this bit of access law came about. Maybe it was it that
no,
video?
It was because when I did the Platter Monday for Resident
that
Evil
one.
2 for Ash's first Halloween show,
Yeah.
every time I used an item box or if I did anything, I had to eat a disgusting bean.
Right.
And out of all the disgusting beans, I had so much sugar and so many flavors in me. Out of all of the disgusting ones, dog food was the best.
Right.
So that's all I said, and ever since
So it's a
now,
fact. You do like dog food.
I don't
Right.
like
dog food.
David.
Oh my god. Oh my, I'm so sorry.
I don't like dog food.
Okay.
Rosie eats
Understood.
dog food for fun.
But since then, everyone said I like dog food, and I said I don't like dog food. It's just the best out of because it just tastes like gravy and meat. I think it was or something.
Rosie's favourite food, dog food, gravy meat.
In meat.
So I was just like, I'd rather eat that than a bogey or a rotten egg. Rotten egg was the worst one for me.
Rosie, it does taste like dog food though. I've eaten those beans and I've eaten dog
And
food.
you've eaten dog food.
I have
Revealed
never
here.
eaten dog food. I haven't even eaten dog food.
Oh, okay, I've eaten a cat biscuit. I haven't eaten dog food, but
I want to know more.
And you're the one who
anyway.
But you were the one who was eating the beans in the Fall Guys stream.
In my head, you've got back at like 2 a.m. starving, and you just looked at Toasty's bowl and just been like,
Go on, Ellie.
how bad can it be?
I used to like back in day with me and Toto. We'd sit down and she'd have a bowl of tuna and we'd share it. We'd just go.
You didn't. You did not.
I wouldn't eat the bits that she had her mouth on. Like they'd be clean.
Oh my god! Did you have a fork, or were you just getting your face right in there?
Just use my hands.
Did she ever look at you and go like get off my tuna? And you were like, no, I want some tuna.
We're best mates. It was fine.
Just high fiving. Yeah. She was leaving bits, especially there. You have that.
Do you have it like at the end? Was like, oh, who has the last bit of tuna?
Yeah, Toasty always had the last bit 'cause she's a cat. But yeah, like I said, it was separate. There was a line in the kitchen.
Oh my god! Rob is holding his hand over his mouth right now and looks actually physically quite upset by this.
Everybody's done weird things with their pets.
Stop it! You got to stop now. What is going on?
The cat biscuit was disgusting as well.
Was
Just
it?
to put that out there.
Oh, God knows what's in them. What do cats want in a
It tastes
biscuit?
like metal. It was like eating blood.
Oh,
Like
that's what it is, isn't it? It's probably blood.
I'm going to cut this. Right.
No, keep it in.
No, that bit's in.
Let's keep it in.
More comments from our Elden Ring community post. This just made me laugh, so I wanted to read it out. It's from Triton in caps. And the context is there was a picture of a bear that we put on there. And Alex had written, "That's one big bear." And the comment, nothing else. It's literally just one line, just says, "I've seen bigger."
Nothing's ever good enough, is it?
Not on the internet.
On the internet.
It's all right, I suppose.
Yeah.
I just like the thought of like they're just like a bear expert. Of, like,
I love comments
They
like
might
that.
be. They might be a bear expert.
I've seen bigger.
There's the bears in Elden Ring are way bigger than any real bears.
Oh, they didn't say
Well, they
real
have
bear.
bears, and then they have big bears. Like they have two. They
Oh
have
no,
like,
I've seen a big bear. I was walking through the.
Oh,
the
so you've
mist-
seen a bigger bear, have you?
Oh.
No, in the game. It was in what's the wood called? The
Mistwood.
Mistwood. And there was one like really ominously just sharpening its claws on a
Oh
tree.
yeah, on the tree, yeah, by the map.
And it was huge.
That's not.
And there was
I don't-
also one like sleeping in like a
Yeah.
ruin.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, look at this ruin. And I snuck up to the ruin, hoping to find a little treasure chest inside. But as I got closer, I just heard.
This is so
That's
intense
a good-
in
That is
ears.
fantastic.
And
Yeah.
it was the bear. It was asleep.
Yes, Rob. Yeah, that's the reveal there. And you know what it was?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I promise it wasn't me.
Oh my goodness.
So you're saying you didn't find the treasure chest there?
I know, I ran away.
Right.
I ran away.
Oh.
Maybe you should
Well,
look at that
yeah.
little chest.
My adventure so far has been explore as far as you can go until you encounter an enemy that
Sleeping.
you can't kill. And then,
How do you know he was asleep?
well, I thought as soon as I snuck in there, he'd probably wake up, so I didn't bother.
I did. To be clear, I did exactly the same thing. I went in. I was like, no way, I'm out of there.
See, I did it when I encountered it. I got into the little ruin, no problem. And then every other time I've tried since, just out of curiosity, because I was like, oh, how close do you have to get to wake up the bear? It's woken up every single time when I'm just about to go into it. I'm like, what gives, bear? You were fine the first time.
It's
Take
learned
a
its
nap.
lesson, Rosie. It's like not on my watch.
Yeah,
not
it's like-
again.
What gives,
Not again.
bear?
Yeah.
Stan Palmazan says in the Elden Ring co-op from 60 Minutes, it says, a stream wouldn't be a stream without a little bit of Rob rage, Rosie giggles, Ash being an absolute monster, and Dave screaming at every little, and this is, quote, hump scare.
Wow. Okay, you've got my number. Yeah, that's me. I wasn't even in this stream, was I?
They're just, they know it's not a stream without you screaming at every little hump scare.
Oh, every little hump scare. Yeah, that is me.
Every
yeah.
Wednesday, the hump day, Dave's
Yeah.
just sat at his desk screaming.
Those terrifying camels.
I can't work on a
That's
Wednesday.
coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Goes over a hump in the road. That's
Yeah.
it. Dave's
A speed bump, no. We've also had in the Elden Rings tips video from Ashley Newton. What a name. Loving the Star Wars references. But this is for you, Dave.
Oh, right.
Loving the Star Wars references, which I remembered literally after reading Star Wars, so that's how you know. You've got a brand. Can't wait to get my hands on Elden Ring, but I also can't wait for you guys to start covering Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker
Hell
Saga.
yeah!
I'm so excited
me
for that
neither.
game.
Oh, me too. I really can't wait. I've been talking about it for years. I saw it, I think, at E3 in 2019.
I've never heard you talk about it.
I will talk about it, Ash. So don't. So help me, I will. Yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Don't get him started.
Yeah, I will. I'm honestly though. I'm just very, very excited. Although I am worried that it's the problem with the Lego games for me is I want to consume all the little nibs.
The little
Your little
studs.
hands doing little grabby little raccoon paws then.
I want to eat them up, and there's too many. And I can't deal with it. The sort of OCD side of me
Yeah, but
can't cope with like, oh, I've got to collect it all.
you want to get them as well, though, because then you get rewards for finding them.
Don't you start.
Oh, it's
I
delicious
just want to have a
rewards.
nice time in Star Wars with my Lego friends, but I do worry about my my compulsion to collect everything.
Oh, well, I'll tell you where else you can have a nice time.
Tell me.
Very soon, or right now, in fact, GT7.
Oh yeah.
And
Vroom.
in the video GT7 5 reasons it's the driving game for everyone, which Rob and Dave did. Juan de los Santos says the audio engineering was top notch, the levels, the quality, fidelity, everything. Just one of the most impressive and pleasant listening experiences I've ever had on YouTube. 5-star. And I've put this in here so I can go, well, listen to this.
I was going to say, how about now? Rob, do your bear thing again. We have to say that we're recording this before GT has released,
Yes.
GT7. So it's now out.
Yes.
Listener, congratulations to you. But I was looking at a tweet the other day that PlayStation UK did, and it was just 3 pictures taken from the same spot on a track but at different times of day, just talking about the weather, and it just looked ridiculous. It looks.
Yeah.
We talked about this in that video, Rob, but the attention to detail. I know we say this every time with GT games because it's all about detail, but they've gone above and beyond this time, and now with the PS5 technology, it's just insane.
Well, Rosie and Ash probably don't know because I doubt they watched that video that we made.
What? You didn't watch that video?
Oh, bit of sass.
No, that was
Sass from
it was a
Rob.
throwaway.
Watch the video.
I did watch the video.
Did you?
Okay, name one thing from the 5 reasons.
I can't remember right now. I've been I've edited a lot of videos with lots of numbers and lots of reasons.
I was just going to
recently.
say that my favourite thing about it is that they have realistically simulated how clouds form. Like they've coded in an actual water cycle, and it's different for the different parts in the world. So if you're racing in California, the clouds will form exactly how they form in California in real life.
What are the like a cumulus cloud?
A nimbus.
I don't know the names, but it's just
Wow.
you get
Oh,
those.
you've just done 2.
Wow.
And then if you race in Japan, the clouds are different. And I
That's
just think that's
fluffy.
very cool. Like it's unnecessary, right? They could have just made some pretty skies, but
Yeah.
they've made it. Like
It's
that.
the unnecessariness that I like about it.
Yeah, when
I
a
love
game
that.
is super extra, like it's just really
Yeah.
good.
And
And
you
Gran
can
Turismo's
imagine-
always done it.
Yeah.
It's always gone above and beyond for the little details.
There was someone or a team of people whose job it was to make clouds work like real clouds. Damn it! Maybe is how the conversation went. I don't know. Or maybe it was like, would you please make
Not
some lovely
everything.
clouds?
Not everything's like our office. Dave.
Sorry, yeah, I'm used to being around Rob.
So our last little comment that I've got is from Timothy Oswald in the Open World Tuesday checklist, and this was just a bit of joy for me. This is what happens when I'm in control of the comments.
We're going to have to change this for future episodes. This is,
Alex will collect the pod squad ones in future. It's just because I was here going reading everything. This one is whoever put the Emperor on the thumbnail is an evil genius.
Oh my
Gross.
god, that was.
We have a bit of a story behind that one.
Oh god,
It
that was
just,
a day.
It was just a good moment where we went right.
Rob was on holiday, and he couldn't stop us.
When Rob's away,
I
the
can't remember
Emperor
who was on the.
plays.
Who did we have on the thumbnail to begin with?
I would have definitely approved Emperor Septim for
Ooh,
sure.
yeah, Septim.
Anyway,
Yeah. I can't remember who we had on there before, but I reckon I was really busy as well. I remember I was really busy,
Yeah.
and we needed to make this thumbnail. and I spent about half an hour.
We had Aloy on. We had Aloy on
we
a
had
charger.
Aloy on, yeah.
But because she was on a charger, it was quite small, so we were like, we need like a closer
And we'd
one.
had a lot of Aloy on the channel, hadn't
Yeah,
we? So
yeah.
we thought she might not stand out.
And then it just got to Uriel Septim. And then I took his face and put it on my Slack picture and called myself Ashriel Septim.
Yeah,
Whereas
it was a
me
great
being-
day.
there's
I
me
love
being
that
great
bit.
and
Oh,
fun.
That was
so
a great
good.
Wednesday.
I love that bit in Oblivion where
Yeah.
you're just in jail and the Emperor walks up to you and puts his face right in your face.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's you, the one from my dreams. And it's just, it's so Elder Scrollsy. I love it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you want us to talk about your Elder Scrollsy moments, this is again, I need to work on the segues. But don't forget to put #PodSquad, drop us a comment, drop us a tweet, drop it wherever you like, as long as #PodSquad is on it, and maybe we'll find it.
Yeah.
And talk about it in future podcasts. So please, thank you so much for your comments.
We're not desperate, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for your comments so far. It's really good to engage with you. I really like being able to see what you guys are thinking and the fun you're having with games as well. So I know we all do. So it'd be great to hear some more from you. For now, though, Dave,
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to call this, so you're going to have to just
I'll call it.
open it up.
Oh, before we go,
Oh, jeez.
that was more. I went more colloquial. What do you think?
For who?
Don't know. I know. I regret that. Do I have to
Can we
sing
do
one?
it? Can we do it like Columbo?
Oh.
You know when he pauses and he just goes, one more thing. Like
No, because we're calling it before we go.
yeah, but like rather than one more thing, it's like
Oh,
before we go.
before we go.
Yeah, there you go. Like
I don't know what the accent was, but
That sounds just like someone, and I can't think who it is. Oh,
Oh.
it's RuPaul doing that. His impression where he's going, oh. Okay, so, right. This is our segment for where we talk about anything that's kind of not gaming related that we're enjoying. It's going to be a little fast one at the end of this podcast because we've done some talking. So if anybody has anything they kind of want to highlight, any TV shows you're enjoying, any films you've seen that you're like, wow, the people must know, then now's your time.
I've been watching This Is Gonna Hurt or This Is Going to Hurt. I can never remember which one it is. Is anyone aware of this?
No.
It's
No.
a BBC drama starring Ben Whishaw.
They're just going to leave it at Ben. Starring Ben.
Starring Ben, and it's based on a book written by a doctor. It's about the book is like almost like a very funny but also very sad memoir of becoming a doctor or working in the NHS, working in a hospital. You know, like the difficulties of it. This sort of, you know, that kind of like if you don't laugh you'll cry.
Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff. Now they've made that into this TV show. It's on BBC. I'm watching it on iPlayer, and it's fantastic. But it's hard hitting, but also very funny. And it's about this doctor working on a maternity ward and the struggles therein, and the difficult situations that arise in there. It's maybe not one to watch if you're thinking about giving birth anytime soon, which I'm not. But other than that, it's just really good, and it's just another fantastic BBC production. They're just like amazing, and Ben Whishaw is absolutely fantastic in it. So I've been enjoying that. I don't know if you enjoy it, if you can enjoy it, but I have.
Just
I've been watching it.
The birthing show, like great stuff.
Yeah.
There's something just like I just mean for me personally. I don't mean like as like a wider thing, but something just objectively terrifying, like the just. Objectively and the abject, like it's just something terrifying about something growing in you,
Yes.
and then being like born. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
definitely. It's
Like a little bit of body horror, like ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you think about it in those terms, absolutely is. And I'm not going to lie. I am very happy as quite a coward. Very happy that there's no chance I could ever give birth ever.
You know what?
At this time.
It reminds me of being a child and thinking about when you eat an apple and eat the seed, and then a tree will grow inside you
Oh,
and
yeah.
just rip you apart, like slowly. Like I used to think that, like if I ate the apple seed, the tree would grow, and I'd slowly choke upon every branch that grew up my throat.
Oh my
And,
God.
like, that's quite dark. Sorry. And now that's how I feel about like the other end.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's
Did
a beautiful thing.
anyone else used to think that chewing gum would last in your stomach for 7 years?
It does.
Yeah, I did it once. I remember I was in a Woolworths at the time.
Oh no.
And I swallowed my first bit of gum, and I was there in Woolworths freaking out, like, it's going to stay with me for 7 years, how do I get it out? And I was like, with a couple of friends, we just had the pick and mix.
Yeah.
And I put all my pick and mix, I was just like, I'm not having pick and mix, I just swallowed some gum.
I'll never eat again.
Like in the middle of this freaking out phase, just in the middle of Woolworths. And then, an hour later, I calmed down. I was like, well, it's in me. It'll go eventually. Just got to wait 7 years. And
Did you eat chewing gum again?
No.
Did you ever find out that chewing gum doesn't last inside you for 7 years?
It does.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does.
It does not.
What does it just?
I think
Cite your
it would take your stomach 7 years to
Digest it. But it gets
but
moved
it
along.
it gets
Nature takes
pooed
its
out
course.
undigested.
Oh my God,
basically.
Rob! I think we had a few more kind of
like sweet corn.
metaphors to
It
go.
gets stuck in your intestine. Like, this is the problem. If you swallow it too much, you can cause a clog, but it can get stuck in the folds of your intestine and stay there.
Well, it can, but then so could like Rob says, a bit of sweet corn.
Well, stop eating sweet corn then.
I have all vegetables.
Right, that is going to be the wrap up of our Before We Go section, because we're running out of time, as we want to keep this around an hour. Around an hour is going to be our time length for these things for future reference, which I've said at the end, so you now know that we're already there. So that's how long it is. But I'm going to give you a little taste of what is coming up on Access. Do you want to do a song, Dave?
No.
Okay.
That is the song.
I'll just say, like, I keep doing it in like a sort of Ridge Racery Sega sort of like coming up.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Can you do it in like the
Or-
screamy Sega? When he full on goes Sega, can you just like, coming up?
He does what?
Have you not seen that Sega intro?
No.
When
What
they
are we
just go-
talking about now?
Don't know. I'll just do this. This week on Access.
Ooh.
Is
So
that quite arcadey?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of the Futurama thing where it's like, next time on Tales of Interest.
Yes, that's right. Tales of Interest.
But yeah, so next time on Tales of Interest.
Oh, and the guy, the first episode, welcome to the world of tomorrow. That's another one.
That is also referential for our next things on the videos coming up. I'm going to get these words out.
Yes.
So basically, I don't know what's coming up on Access.
No, I don't know.
We're gonna have some more Elden Ring streams. The Wretch continues. The code of the Wretch is strong and long, and there are many more rules to be learned. So the Elden Ring streams will continue. Gran Turismo 7 is coming out when we're doing this this podcast, but I'm sure you'll have either seen that or it'll be coming up. We need to figure out our timings. But Gran Turismo is going to get a nice little feature. We're going to talk about lovely, lovely cars. That comes out on the 4th of March. Or it's come out on the 4th of March. We're going to have more Tuesday checklists. We've got a little bit of backlog of those, and we've got some very funny topics coming up, so I hope you enjoy those. And we have some community streams plans in the works with Alex. So Alex has brewed up some really cool content where we're going to like engage with you guys a bit more, get a bit more
Content.
Yeah,
Engage.
Oh, please, please. Oh, yeah, but I love engaging content. And
well, then you'll love This Week on Access.
But yeah, that is what is coming up on Access. So that's the end of the podcast. That's the end of our very first podcast.
We did it, everyone. Woo! Was it fun? Did everyone have a nice time?
I had a
I
great
did.
time.
Yeah.
Did you actually, Rob? Or were you just saying that? It's hard to tell.
I was just saying it.
Right.
Well, I was enjoying myself until the cat bowl tuna story.
Wow. We don't know what that is.
We've never got over it.
Oh, God.
We don't know what that is because I've cut it. So
Let
Well,
me
now
tell-
we're referencing it again, so the outro won't make sense unless we keep it in.
No. It's another piece of Access law.
Let me
like
tell
my
you,
most
Ash,
disgusting thing
even if
I
you
did.
cut it, we
Yeah.
will always know.
We will
always
tweet
know.
it when sharing the podcast.
No. Anyway, it's the end of the podcast. I have been your host, Ash, and I've been joined by. I said that like the loathsome dung eater. Arise.
Golden face.
Ye tarnished. Yes, I've been your host, Ash, and I've been joined by Rosie.
Yes, sorry, I was like, oh my god, I didn't think Dave was first last time. Yes, hello, thank you for listening. I was going to say watching, I'm getting used to podcasts. Thank you for listening to us.
Your noise then. Oh.
Me again.
I've also been joined by Rob.
Yes. Hello. Goodbye.
I'm going to call on you guys. Dave, are you ready? I've
I
also
think
been
so.
with you.
Yes, I've been here. Thank you.
Okay, there there we go. We've all been together. We've all had a nice time. We're in a little cave underground. It's very exciting.
It is.
And we'll see you again next time on the PlayStation Access podcast. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
And there you have it, the very first episode of the PlayStation Access podcast. Stay tuned for an entire season of episodes coming very soon, and don't forget to get in touch, either on Twitter or our YouTube channel, with any thoughts and suggestions using the hashtag PodSquad. This has been PlayStation Access. We'll catch you again soon. Thanks for listening.
PlayStation